winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run again with Dowdle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now Prescott. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott down. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Well, the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And the great story of Brock Purdy continues. Had he been drafted in the 1st round, I think people would be singing his praises to the skies, but for whatever reason.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Here's Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Prescott from the gun. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Here is third down and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Purdy looking to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Purdy now to throw. This goes to the tight end, Aaron Salbert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost a potential point. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They run here with Dowdle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. You look at this Niner defense, and they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Give them the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First down, Cowboys.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A running play. It's Dowdle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. On the run, it's Dowdle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Throw out wide is incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense is strong in coverage.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 22. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Purdy.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back to throw, Purdy. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Prescott got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
This 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Prescott. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Now Prescott steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Malik Collins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And this one is right.
Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 19.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This one caught by Kittle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup at 25. Back to throw. Purdy. That's complete to the tap. And a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear position.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. So we've reached halftime here in what we saw to be a very competitive first half. 8-7, just a one-point game at intermission. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 26. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Purdy.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. K.J. Hamler, 74 yards.
And the 49ers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Purdy will throw for it.
Being chased out left. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Prescott to throw it. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Prescott now. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and a yard.
At the 23-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. KaVontae Turpin from 3 yards out. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they... Oh, a first mistake for them in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that... not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Second and a couple.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Purdy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
In motion right, that's Hamler. Purdy will look to throw again here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Purdy now to throw.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Prescott from the gun. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. Here's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll be brought down just outside the red zone. Mark him at the 21.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter play. Here's Prescott. He's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dowdle is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
He'll try again, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rico Dowdle with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49ers offense and their quarterback headed out for this. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
On the return, here comes Lewis.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
To throw is Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
On play action, Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Prescott now from the 50. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Here's Brian Anger now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
Purdy going to give it to Garindo.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this time.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Here's Lewis to return.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 7. A little under 1:50 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw, Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Prescott yet again.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He gets it to Cooks.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Throwing, Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
Prescott. This is caught.
And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Edwards-Helaire. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both